At Sierra, discover great deals on top brand workout gear, like high quality bikes, which might lead to another discovery. Getting back in the saddle isn't always comfortable. Good news is Sierra has massage guns. And chafe wipes, too. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
And welcome to a new episode of The Simpsons Did It. I'm your host, Steven Sklansky.
And I'm your co-host, number one.
I'm
Robert Sklansky.
I don't think you were awarded that title.
I was not the first in the group.
No, you were not.
Let's join a cult. Is it a cult?
I don't know if it's considered a cult. I mean, the Illuminati is not a cult. That's more of a secret society. I'm saying we're going to join a secret society so we get awesome things done for us. On time.
And we get to drink a lot of beer.
Yes. And party. And play pool. And
ping pong.
So many cool things we could do in the secret society.
But
eat ribs.
Hey, Steve, shut up. It's a secret.
Oh, damn it. Now we told all our listeners about our secret society.
Oh, but it's a great secret society.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Join the Simpsons Did It podcast secret society.
Except we're not really a secret.
Yeah, we're not really a secret.
We're the best kept secret, though.
Exactly. The more people that know about us, the better it becomes.
Exactly.
I mean, our following has grown like wildfire.
But do we have a chosen one?
Well, obviously it's me.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
Yeah.
Anyways, this week is season 6, episode 12, Homer the Great, and I'm pretty sure that's kind of a reference to Alexander the Great.
Yeah,
I don't think he was in any secret society that I'm aware of, but
no, but he was pretty great, right? I don't know why else he would have been given that title if he wasn't very great, but
I mean, if he gave it to himself.
Yeah. You know what? From now on, everyone call me Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
But why? 'Cause I'm great, duh.
This is the first episode of 1995. January 8th, 95 is the air date. New year, more great Simpsons episodes.
They started off with a bang.
Yeah, they did. Recap: Homer becomes the leader of a Masonic cult with immense secret power known as the Stonecutters. Gotta love
Did
this
they?
episode.
Aside from the giant boulder, which we'll talk about,
Yeah.
I don't think they did much stone cutting.
Well, it's supposed to be a parody on the Masons, the Freemasons.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, yeah.
Did they cut stone?
No.
Oh, okay.
Chalkboard gag this week. Adding, just kidding, doesn't make it okay to insult the principal.
Yes.
Skinner's got a big butt. Skinner's got a big butt. Just kidding.
Yeah. I wish Just Kidding was helped everything out. That'd be great.
Yeah. Steve, you're a snob. Just kidding.
It doesn't make it okay.
Remember, kids, adding just kidding makes everything okay.
Yes.
Our couch gag this week. The living room is at the center of an M.C. Escher's relativity painting. So if you don't know what the M.C. Escher painting is, it's like a bunch of different staircases.
Yep.
For our listeners out there who might not know art. And so the Simpsons come down from different staircases and end up on the couch.
Yep.
That was a neat one. I like that.
Was that new? Or
yes.
Okay.
It was brand new. Brand spanking new.
I think this might have been repeated a couple times.
At least once.
Unless I've just watched the Stonecutter episode so many times that anytime I think about it, I'm like, well, maybe that was a different episode. Maybe not.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so let's kick off the episode with Stern Lecture Plumbing sitting outside the Simpson home.
Yep.
And I told you not to flush that.
Have you said that to your kid?
No, not yet. Thank God. I'm glad. I'm glad he has not flushed my keys or wallet or watch or anything important down the toilet. Which is good. I think he knows what to do. I think he knows what a toilet does and what goes in it. So
that's good.
That's good. And we learned that the Simpsons have a burst pipe in their basement.
Dude, that sucks. Let me tell you, if you've never had a burst pipe in your basement or flooding of any kind, as a pain in the ass.
Did you call Stern Lecture Plummeting?
No, they don't exist in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. Just in Springfield?
Just in Springfield.
Did you at least hire a company with a clever name?
No.
Ah.
They were just something plumbing.
That's sad. I like some.
I mean, it got my sump pump fixed. That's all that matters.
That's all that mattered. Okay. So, Marge asked the plumber if he could fix it soon because, the cat's somewhere down there meowing.
Yeah.
And
I love the fact that you see the tail in the background.
Cats don't like water, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. And so the plumber is like, yeah, I probably won't be able to get the parts I need for 2-3 weeks. And that's just the order them today, which I won't.
God.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue with plumbers.
No, I've never had many issues with plumbers I guess my contract for my siding and roof has been going on for almost a year now. So
shouldn't that be done?
Yeah, you would think so, but not quite yet.
I mean, as of this recording, I'm still waiting for my dead tree to get cut down.
Yeah. So yeah, people are, it's not laziness. It's just, there's a lot of shit going on.
Oh yeah. Especially here in Wisconsin, we had some bad storms a couple months ago. So, I mean.
Yep. And so now we see hear the plumber's pager start beeping, and a pager is what lets you know there's an emergency.
Yeah, the emergency is what?
Or if you're dealing drugs.
I was going to say the emergency here is that it's a low battery.
Yes, his emergency is that he has a low battery because no one uses fucking pagers, except doctors. Doctors were legitimately the only people that really pagers were meant for, I think.
I think so. I mean, you kind of need it. And I think a lot of hospitals still use the pager system just because, like, I know our cousin who's a doctor, like, the cell coverage at the hospital he works at is freaking terrible.
Yeah, well, it's all the machinery.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that the cell coverage, but I'm sure, like, if you step outside of the hospital, the cell coverage is fine. But it's literally the machinery inside a hospital that screws with cell coverage.
Now, I have another friend who works at a hospital as IT. So I don't think he uses a pager though. I think he uses his cell phone.
Oh, gotcha.
But he's IT, so it kind of makes sense.
Yep. And so obviously the plumber has to leave due to an emergency situation. Yep. And the plumber just tells the Homer to put a pan down to collect the water, and Homer just puts it on the water and it floats away. He's like, "That's not working."
Yeah. By the way, most houses, I think, especially if you have like an actual basement. Now I know, Steve, you have a 2-story house. Technically, your lower floor isn't really your basement, but a lot of houses with actual basements, there will be a drain for water to flow to and in, which is nice. I mean, your basement's still going to kind of flood, unless, of course, you have a roommate who covers up that drain.
Yeah, exactly. So now we get Homer stuck in a traffic jam on the way to work. And we get a shot of Arnie Pie in the sky. He's like, "This is Arnie Pie. Looks like we've got a little accident that's backing traffic up as far as this reporter can see."
That's because
he's the one that caused the accident.
I don't know if you saw this or paused it, but the General Lee is sitting in traffic.
Yes, I did see that. That is pretty awesome.
Great. I love that.
That's a good look. And it's like right up by the helicopter.
Yeah.
I wonder what Arnie Pie must have been eating a donut again or something.
Oh, I dropped my donut.
Yep, exactly. And he went down to get it and he crashed.
Well, I mean, he had a pilot with him.
Yep. Yeah. And so because Homer was late to work, he had to park so far back that he winded up back at the house. So
okay, I need to bring this up, and I think you were just about to say that before I cut you off. We see in future episodes, they have a normal fence in the background or in the backyard.
Yeah,
they're nowhere. Yep. There's no parking lot on that side of the fence.
No. It's a neighbor, isn't it? And isn't it one episode? Isn't it like a graveyard?
Something like that.
They put in a graveyard.
Well, like in the movie, there's a forest behind
behind it. Yeah.
So is this just like whatever they want it to be? It's this magical little area that transforms to the writer's whims?
I mean, I get it as a joke. Like,
Yes,
I get it
it's a
as a
great
joke. Like, okay, Homer parks so far away, he might as well have walked to work. That joke I get, and I appreciate it. But they could have done that where they do like this overhead shot of the plant.
Yeah.
Like they see Homer get out of the car.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they zoom out, overhead shot of the plant, and they kind of show like just how far Homer is away and he has to walk.
Well, I know in earlier episodes, well, first of all, I mean, that parking lot seems to be like there's thousands of cars, and obviously that power plant probably only has like maybe 100 employees max.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So like I get the joke. It's a funny joke. But there's no way Homer is parking so far back that he's back at his house.
Yep. No. I mean, the joke funny. Could they have written the joke and shot the joke in a different fashion?
Oh, absolutely.
And still have been funny?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He could have it could have been like Homer pulls into the plant, tries to find a parking spot, and has to park all the way back where the entrance of the whole plant was.
Yeah.
That would have been funny to see Homer driving around and all of a sudden he winds up right back at the entrance where you go into the plant. That could have been just as funny.
Yeah.
But I like Bart waving out the window. Hi, Dad.
He's like,
Yep. So that was good.
Yep.
And so now we see Carl and Lenny get to park at the front of the, right next to basically where Mr. Burns parks.
Yep.
And Homer's, how come you guys got such good spots? And Lenny tells Homer, it's a secret.
Shut up.
Shut up. And then Homer gets to his workstation and sits on his stool that breaks.
Yep.
And it's an EconoSave budget stool.
I don't know what factory second means.
Yeah,
it also said
know.
factory second on it.
Yeah, and that breaks.
Yeah.
Because
it's garbage.
It's garbage. And, Homer walks into Lenny and Carl's workstation and they're, sitting. Oh, no, sorry. You get the EconoSave, makes the list.
Yep.
And would you like to know Homer's revenge list?
I would love to know the revenge list.
Okay, so there's the Bill of Rights.
Okay.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
Second on the list.
Yeah.
Fat-free lard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think lard can be fat-free, but okay.
Gravity. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Well, look at Homer's life, falling down the gorge, falling down anything. Yeah. Gravity is definitely on Homer's revenge list.
Yeah.
The Emmys.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it like the Simpsons never won an Emmy or something for?
I don't think they've won an Emmy up until this point.
Yep, Darwin, because his evolution was bad.
No, it wasn't.
Oh yeah. H2O, the tube that he got, the water slide. Homer got stuck in it. Mount Splashmore.
Great pull.
That was great pull. Billy Crystal.
Because he hosts the Oscars?
Maybe. I guess that one I don't know. God.
Yeah.
Because Flanders gets everything.
Yeah.
Solo Flex, which I'm guessing is like a workout device.
Yeah.
That wouldn't let Homer lose weight.
Probably.
And The Boy.
Bart.
Yep. Stern Lecture Plumbing made the list next. And now EconoSave.
That's a great revenge list.
Yeah, great revenge list. I like it.
Yeah.
And so now we get Homer going in to ask Lenny and Carl, if they could fix his stool, but they learn that they're sitting in really nice, awesome, vibrating chairs.
And they're engraved.
Have their name engraved, have their name on it.
Yeah.
And Homer's like, how do you guys get such good chairs? And Lenny's like, it's a secret.
Shut up.
And so now we see, Lenny, Carl, and Homer going out to the vending machine, and Lenny uses his ring to buy a Buzz Cola.
Yeah. And Homer, now it must be like a break time for him, or they're just lazy. And Homer's like, hey guys, you want to go bowling tonight? And they're like, no, we can't. We have stuff to do. And Homer's like what? And Lenny's like, it's a secret. But this time Carl is drinking a soda. So Homer is like, shut up.
Oh my God. That was
great.
So awesome.
Greatest running gag ever. Oh, it was fantastic. So now Homer is back home. They're eating dinner. And Homer's like, so anyway, Lenny and Carl are never around on Wednesdays. And they don't tell me where they go. It's like a conspiracy. But it's like, a conspiracy, eh? You think they might be involved in the Kennedy assassination in some way? Which, by the way, wasn't Kennedy assassinated in, what, 69?
Yep. 64?
64?
In the 60s.
Yeah. I don't think Lenny and Carl would have been old enough to have been involved in that.
No.
And Homer, thinks about it. He's like, I do now.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm going to follow them tonight and see where they go. And Marge's like, oh, Homer, don't start stalking people again. It's so illegal. Remember when you were stalking Charles Kuralt because you thought he dug up your garden? Well, something did. Who is? I should have looked it up, but I didn't look up who Charles Kuralt was.
Yeah, I did not look that up.
And so Marge pleads with Homer not to stalk Lenny and Carl.
Yeah.
And Homer's like, excuse me, Marge. I'm going to go outside to stalk Lenny and Carl. Don't.
Oh,
it's great.
I love when Homer tries to sneak away and he says exactly what he's going to do.
And so now Homer goes to Lenny's house where Lenny and Carl are, and he's got a yellow paint can, and he like punctures a hole at the bottom and puts it on a what is it called?
The trailer hitch?
Trailer hitch, thank you. And he hangs it over the trailer hitch so that it'll drip. And Homer's
That's a good idea.
What?
You never want to follow anyone, but you don't want to be like, how like in movies, how like, oh, we got to stay like 3 car lengths behind. Well, if you would have just got there and just put a paint can on their thing, you could have followed the.
Yeah, you just got to make sure the hole is small enough so that the paint drips, but not big enough so that it all gushes out.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and Homer's like, haha, now I just have to follow the yellow drip road, which nice reference to Wizard of Oz.
That was good. I like it.
Yeah. I wish there was a background scene here because obviously he uses a paint can, it drips, and as it's dripping, you see them creating like a new lane with it.
Oh, right.
And I would have loved to have seen like a background scene of like 2 cars that crashed because of it.
Yeah.
That would have been fantastic.
That would have been good. Yep.
I think that's like the only thing missing out of this episode, and that's a very little thing.
Yeah.
And so now we see Lenny and Carl go to their secret meeting place. And I love how Homer's in the bushes. He sees them walk in and he's like, oh, well, I'll just go in. And there's a guard at the door and the guard just slides over and like, Homer's like, whoop, and turns around.
Yeah, that was good. I like how no one has noticed this stonecutter building in Springfield before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
I wish they would have had like an established in like 1993 or something on the building or something.
Well, it's as we'll learn later, it is established around the world.
It is, yep.
Yeah. So
but when did the Springfield chapter start?
That I don't know.
Yep.
Eventually.
Yeah.
So now we see Homer has somehow managed to, his fat ass got to the top of the building.
Yeah.
And he's laying on top of a bubble glass dome in the ceiling. And he's like, haha, I can see everything. And they're none the wiser. But of course, Homer is too fat for the glass ceiling, and I love how like it shatters around him and like his
it cracks around him. Yeah.
And Homer falls through the glass, and the group obviously sees him, and they're like, intruder, you're gonna pay the ultimate price. And that price is none other than throwing him out, or is Moe throwing him out of the building, literally. So this is the second episode in a row where we've seen Moe throw Homer out of a building.
Yep.
Moe must be super strong.
Well,
because he's also thrown Barney too.
Well, yeah. Well, bartenders got to be strong. I mean, remember,
that's what bouncers are for.
Well, no, I know that, but we haven't learned it yet. But remember, Moe used to be a professional boxer.
That is true.
So he's a little strong under that apron of his.
Yeah, he's got a tiny frame, but a lot of muscle.
Yep.
And so the next day, Homer confronts Lenny and Carl, and he's like, I saw weird stuff in that place last night. Weird, strange, sick, twisted, eerie, godless, evil stuff. And I want in. Yeah. And so Carl tells Homer he doesn't know what he's talking about. But Lenny tells Homer he can't join the Stonecutters because it's too exclusive. And of course, Carl's like, there goes the club.
There goes the secret.
Yep. And so Homer's like, oh, well, how can I join? And Lenny is like, well, you either have to be the son of a stonecutter or save the life of one. And so Lenny is about to eat his sandwich, and Homer takes the sandwich and takes it out of Lenny's hand, throws it to the ground, stomps on it, and he's like, I just saved your life. That thing could have killed you with cholesterol.
Yeah.
And so Lenny's like, he basically tells Homer that the cholesterol in eggs isn't harmful. And Homer's like, so the people from the Egg Council got to you too, huh? And Lenny's like, it's not like that. And he like kind of like waves at a guy to run off who's in an egg suit. And Homer's like, yeah, you better run.
Run, Egg. You better run, Egg.
Oh my God, it's so good. I love it. So now Homer, he's back home. He's talking to Marge. He feels left out. He's like, I'd give anything to get into the Stonecutters. Lisa's like, what do they do there, Dad? Grandpa, I'm a member.
Yeah.
And Homer's like, what do they do? What don't they do? Oh, they do so many things. They never stop. Oh, the things that they do there. My stars. You don't know what they do there, do you, Dad? Not as such, no.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. So Marge assures Homer it's nothing personal, and Homer says it's been happening to him all his life. And so we get a flashback of Homer trying to get into a treehouse for the No Homers Club. See a sign on the treehouse.
But Homer so-and-so is in there.
Yeah, it says no Homers. we can have one.
Yep.
And, Marge tells Homer that the kids can be so cruel. And Bart's always like, oh, really? And then he runs up and annoys Lisa.
Oh, God, that was great.
Yep. And then
that wasn't an invitation, Bart.
Yep. And I like how the Simpsons are, he's eating again. And, Grandpa's still like, I'm a member. Yeah. And Abe repeats that he is a stonecutter. And he's like, really? It's like, I'm an elk, a mason, a communist. I'm the president of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance for some reason. Here it is, the Stonecutters.
Oh, and, I skipped ahead actually. With the Homer Marge telling Homer kids can be cruel.
Yeah, I know. That's all right. We passed it. That's fine.
Okay. Well, do you want me to do the quote?
Nah, it's okay.
Okay.
And so, Abe repeats, obviously, that he's, stonecutter. And I like how Bart's like, remember the time we got hypnotized to ignore Grandpa or ignore Abe? Yeah. Homer says that he does. It was 5 years ago. And I still think I'm a chicken.
Marge, I'm a chicken.
Marge, I'm a chicken.
Yeah, that's Homer I know.
And so, Bart's like, well, maybe we should listen to him now.
Yeah.
And,
and then this is where he goes into where like all the clubs he's joined.
Yep. It's like, here it is, the Stonecutters. And Homer's excited, woohoo! Then Abe was I was like, I'll take that. And I'll take your communist card too.
How did Grandpa become the president of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance?
I don't know, but I want to know that story. These are the stories we want to know. And so they get to the thing, and it's like, you gotta let me in. It's like, okay, fine. It's like, well, we'll just have to wait till number 1 gets here. And it was like, yeah, we each call each other by number, not by name. Yeah. Carl's 14. I'm number 12. Burnsy's number 29. You outrank Mr. Burns here? Sure, watch. Hey, 29, get over here. And Lenny squeezes Burns' note hard and makes a honking noise. And Mr. Burns like, thank you, sir. May I have another? And Lenny kicks him in the butt as he walks away. And Burns is to himself. He's like, patience, Monty. Climb the ladder.
How would you even climb the ladder in the Stonecutters? You can't, unless like members disappear
or die. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that. I guess I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
And Mo is like, where is it?
No, so Homer is with Mo because number 1 is now there.
Oh yeah, yep. And Mo says, oh, that's a chapter where all chapters all over the world. And Mo begins to tell Homer about the chosen one, but Homer cuts him. It's like, yeah.
I don't need your life story.
I don't need your life story. And so number 1 explains that so he's like welcoming new members. Like, okay, all Stonecutters must take the leap of faith, and to survive, a 5-story plunge. And as we learn, number 1 is voiced by the one and only
great.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yep. And so the leap of faith, Moe pushes Homer off basically a small stage.
Yeah.
And once again, Homer is so fat that he breaks through the floor and falls down like literally 5 flights. Like you hear him like choof, choof.
I think I have to do it over. My blind fell off.
Oh, that's great. That was
and the
awesome.
other. So I love the other ones. The last 4 he has to go through are basically all the same. So he does the unblinking eye, the wreck of the Hesperus. I don't know what Hesperus is. Another thing I probably should have looked up. And the paddling of the swollen ass with paddles.
Yep.
And basically all 4 are him getting hit on the ass by paddles.
Absolutely. But I like how when step back, like I like how when Homer fell through the floor, I'm like, how deep is this Stonecutters?
Yeah.
Well, and if it is so deep, why wouldn't you have your secret society like 5 floors down?
Yeah.
Like make it a real like underground club, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't do it where people can climb to the top of your building and see you through a window.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after all that, Homer's allowed to take the oath.
Yep.
And Homer's like, and by the sacred parchment, I swear that if I reveal the secrets of the Stonecutters, may my stomach become bloated and my head be plucked of all but 3 hairs. And Moe's like, I think you should have to take a different oath. Because obviously Homer is fat.
Yeah.
And bald. And bald.
Yeah.
But, okay, look. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Lenny and Carl did not give up secrets, correct? Did they violate the Stonecutters oath?
Well, Lenny did. Because Lenny is like, you can't join the Stonecutters.
Right, he actually said the name.
Yeah, that's how he found out.
So Lenny's going to get bloated and lose all but 3 hairs?
Oh, wait, no. Because he followed him to the Stonecutters, so he knew about
Well, he knew about a secret. Well, I guess Lenny didn't give anything up.
No, he just gave up the name afterwards. Like, he knew everything. He knew about the secret society, but then,
And so we learned that Homer's number in the club is 908.
That's a pretty fairly small organization.
Yeah.
If it's all
but Homer obviously joined pretty late. If Lenny is 12 and Carl is 14. Yeah. So it's been around for a bit. I wonder if the number is associated. It's got to be all over the country, right?
Yes.
Like like that's not your chapter, obviously.
No.
That's the number given. So so if number 1 is in Springfield,
yeah,
and Lenny, Carl, all those guys are lower numbers, so the society started in Springfield then?
It must have.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
And so so number 1 welcomes Homer, and he's like, you have joined the sacred order of the Stonecutters, who, since ancient times, have split the rocks of ignorance that obscure the light of knowledge and truth. Well, let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
Oh, God. And then I love, like, everybody runs off and Moe's still trying to be like, I think he still needs to take a different oath.
Yeah.
So, okay. So according to number 1, this has been around for a really, really long time, but has it? Because number 1's got to be what? 60, 70, 50?
Yeah. Unless when you get elected the leader, you become one.
That is true. But then how are Lenny and Carl 12 and 14? Or or do they take over from their like dads?
Maybe. Well, then would AB 908? No, AB would have his own number.
Yeah. Get your rules straight, Stonecutters.
Yep.
So now we get to next day, a week later, some time has passed, and the plumber's back over, and he's like, "Yeah, I never ordered the parts, and it'll still be another couple of weeks." But then Homer
why did he even come back then?
I don't know. It's so Homer has like a manual for the Stonecutters, and he's like, "Well, what if I shook your hand in this matter?" And they do like a secret handshake, and the plumber's like, "Oh, I didn't know you're a member of the Stonecutters." So does this plumber not belong to the same chapter?
Maybe he's a Shelbyville plumber.
It's possible. Well, he didn't know Homer was part of the group. even though Homer was just initiated.
Well, yeah, I feel like initiation nights, like every member would be there.
Yeah. So he obviously is not part of the Springfield chapter.
No.
So and the plumber, like, I love how he just like turns a freaking
oh my god, a washer or something,
a nut, and it just stops the leak.
Oh, that was great.
Oh my god. And he fishes the cat out of the water and gives it to Homer.
See, I'm glad Homer didn't try to fix it, because he would just hit it with a drill.
Yeah, he would have. So now we get Homer in yet another traffic jam, but he pulls off to the side and he's got a garage door opener with the Stonecutter insignia on it, and he uses the remote to reveal a secret tunnel to work, and he drives through the tunnel and to get to his parking spot.
It's a really nice tunnel.
Yeah. And but unfortunately, he still parks by his house.
Yep. He didn't get a special parking spot being a Stonecutter.
No.
But he got rollerblades to help him get to work.
Yeah, because like Bart comes out, he's like, you still have the same spot, Dad? He's like, yeah, but they gave me these nifty rollerblades. And I don't know if you saw this, but the car parked next to Homer had the license plate 3MIISL, which is a reference to 3 Mile Island, which was a nuclear power plant that actually had a meltdown.
Ooh, good pull. I like it.
Yeah, that was great. And so now Homer's at work, and we see he gets the same chair as Lenny and Carl. And Homer's like, you guys are jealous. And Lenny and Carl's like, we have the same chair, Homer. Yeah, you're jealous. Oh, my God. And so now Homer Lenny gives Homer his Stonecutter's packet. And he's like, and Homer's like, oh, what's this? Because he pulls a sticker out, and Lenny's like, oh, you put that sticker on your car so you won't get any tickets. And this other one keeps paramedics from stealing your wallet while they're working on you.
Yeah, great.
And Carl's like, oh, and don't bother calling 911 anymore. Here's the real number. And the card that Carl hands over reads 912. And at the time of the airing of this episode, 912 was actually the area code for most of southern Georgia, but in 2000, the area code was split into 3 parts, with Savannah and coastal Georgia retaining that area code.
See, it was kind of like in Wisconsin. Remember growing up where 262 was like all of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Kenosha, like all of them?
Yep.
And then they split off and Milwaukee became 414.
No. Racine split off into 2 different ones.
Oh, was it 414 originally?
Yeah, 414 was originally Milwaukee.
Oh,
Racine, okay. I think Racine and Kenosha, it was like 9. I can't remember what the old one was, but I think 262 is the new one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nope. So do you want to get a Stonecutter sticker and slap it on the back of our car so we don't get speeding tickets anymore?
I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
So if I got pulled over and be like, "Dup, I'm a Stonecutter. I got it on my thing."
I mean, unless the cop is a huge Simpsons fan.
That'd be great.
I mean, you probably would get out of it. And so, so now Homer is like reading the secret world history book to Lisa, and Lisa doesn't believe the founding fathers were really stonecutters. And so Homer reads the story out loud, and this is what really happened at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, according to the Stonecutters. So we got founding father number 1, and a nation is born. Now let us party like 'twas 1799. And so the founding fathers start chugging from casks and breaking windows, and the owner of the hall approaches one of the men, and he goes, "Please, sir, you're destroying my establishment." And the second founding father, "We just created the greatest democracy on earth, you low-life commoner." And the man kicks the hall owner.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
sounds about right.
Yep. And so Homer asks Lisa if she wants to know how Davy Crockett really died at the Alamo. And he's like, well, you must be 18 though.
Yeah. Must have been a very violent death at the Alamo,
I guess. And so,
or maybe he died from sex.
I think that's what it's supposed to refer to. I think. So now Marge comes into the living room.
He got snoo-snooed really hard.
So Marge finds Homer in the living room drinking a beer, and she goes, "Homer, a man who called himself you-know-who, just invited you to a secret wink wink at the you know what. You certainly are popular now that you're a stonecutter. And Homer's got like a little black book and he's like, oh yeah, we have beer bus, beer blasts, kaggers, Steinhoist, AA meetings, and beer night. And so now we go to the Stonecutters saying, and before we get into the song, some of the Stonecutters members include obviously Lenny and Carl, Homer, Jasper, Barney, who we don't actually see until later in the episode, Sideshow Mel, Chief Wiggum, Mr. Burns, Smithers, Grandpa, Principal Skinner, Moe, Herman, Dr. Hibbert, Mayor Quimby, Groundskeeper Willie, Steve Gutenberg, Krusty, Mr. Van Houten, Kent Brockman, Dewey Largo,
the music teacher.
Okay. Assistant Superintendent Leopold. I was wondering who that was because I remember seeing him. I couldn't think of his name, but I remember seeing him in another episode. Obviously, number one, Apu. And finally, my favorite stonecutter of all, a little green alien.
Yeah.
And so now they start singing, and the song goes, who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. We do. I love that part because Americans refuse to use the metric system. We will literally measure in anything and everything except for the metric system. And
although what's really funny is cables, like HDMI cables, are all in meters. Cat 6 cable, feet.
Okay.
But HDMI cables, when you order them, all in meters.
Oh my god. Okay, next verse goes, who leaves Atlantis off the maps? Who keeps the Martians under wraps? We do. We do. A little Martian guy. Who holds back the electric car? Who makes Steve Gutenberg a star?
He's in there. It's like he's giving the guys. But it's funny. The Stonecutters failed. The electric car now is.
Oh yeah.
So keep in mind, guys, this episode was written in 1995, and I don't know if electric cars were even being considered, thought of.
Well, I think the first cars ever built were electric.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some of the first cars were electric, and then they switched to gas.
Gotcha. But yeah, so the Stonecutters failed now. Electric cars, you see Teslas everywhere.
Yeah.
Almost all car brands now have an electric version for their car. Even a Hummer has an electric Hummer now.
That seems impractical.
I know, right? I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, and then finally, the final verse. Who robs cavefish of their sight? Who rigs every Oscar night? We do. We do. Oh my God, song. I love that. And of course, it's on the Simpsons album because it's a banger. It's a banger. Oh my God. Such a great song.
Now, do they sing this like every meeting or just when they're having the 1500th anniversary of the Stonecutters?
I think it's probably whenever they have like huge anniversaries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So so now they're going to have their meal to commemorate their 1500th anniversary. I can't talk anymore. And of course they're having ribs for dinner. That's a great meal. That's a great meal. So, okay. So they've been around for 1,500 years.
Yep.
So again, how do the numbers work? Or do they just start the numbers in like the 80s or something?
I don't know. It's so random.
Oh my God. So, Homer, he's like, oh, we're eating ribs. Well, I need a bib because I don't want to get any on my shirt and, make a fool of myself. And so he's like, well, I need a bib. And so, number one's like, as we eat in front of the sacred parchment, which Homer has torn off the wall to use as a bib. And he completely freaking destroys this thing. Everybody's like yelling at him to stop. And Lenny's like,
no, don't put your ears in it.
And Lenny's like, Homer. He's like, what? Do I have a little sauce on my face? And he wipes his. Oh my God. Such a Homer thing. And this is why they didn't tell Homer about it.
Yeah, exactly. Blows his nose in it. Everything, man.
Yeah. And so now after this ordeal, we see Homer standing in front of one basically naked. And number one has Homer take off his official Stonecutter's underwear to throw into the Ark of the Covenant. I don't know. There's fire coming out of it. And he throws the underwear in there and ghosts come out.
Oh, yeah, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's an Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark reference.
Yeah, I would have to say so, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so Homer asks not to get kicked out and that he has learned his lesson while he beats up the sacred parchment that they... I don't know why they even hung that thing back up. But he starts punching it and beating it up because he's really upset that they're kicking him out.
Yeah.
And for his punishment, he must walk home naked, wearing the Stone of Shame.
So wouldn't this kind of reveal their organization? Because wouldn't somebody see Homer walking with the stone and be like, why are you walking like that? And we know Homer would just blab about it.
Maybe. Well, that, or it could be an S&M thing. Hey, Homer, that rock gets you sexual pleasure, huh?
Oh, my God.
Maybe.
Continue.
Yes. And so Homer has the stone, like Homer starts, pulling the stone, walking away, and everybody's like, oh my God, what's on Homer's ass? And it's like, oh, that's just a birthmark. But in reality, it's a stonecutter symbol just, on his ass.
Yeah.
I feel like Abe would have noticed that, right?
Yeah, he would have known.
If he's been a stonecutter this long, wouldn't he have known that Homer was the chosen one and brought it up to the... Unless you knew Homer was an asshole and didn't want to be in the club.
Yeah.
And so he just told Homer, it's just a birthmark. It means nothing.
Probably.
And then obviously everyone bows now. This society's fucking weird. Yeah. And so
I want to be a part of it.
Yep. And so number one says they have to go to the top of Mount Springfield for the coronation. Release the Stone of Shame and attach the Stone of Triumph.
Which is like double the size of the Stone of
Shame. I like how Homer starts struggling to pull the damn thing while everyone just goes up to Mount Springfield.
I will say I love in the book. So if anybody has the Simpsons guidebook, I love the Homer the Great page. Because on one end is Homer, and on the opposite end is the stone. And it just spans the entire book, and it's fantastic.
Yep, that was awesome. And so Homer now has obviously been inducted or coronated and is in charge of, everyone. And he's like, he walks out on stage, he's like, okay, mental note, don't overdo it.
Yeah, because everybody bows.
Everyone bows
when he enters a room.
Yep, and he goes off stage, Joe's back on stage, they bow, jump off, look at me. And Homer obviously overdoes it. He's
right away.
Yep. And so, back at home, Homer's having his portrait done by, it's a painter. And I like how the look he gives on the couch, just holding a beer or drinking a beer, is the same face
in the portrait
that the painter does on the portrait. So good.
Yeah.
And, Homer's like, he always wondered if there was a God. Now he knows there is.
And it's him.
And Bart's like, Homer, you're not a god. And Lisa, starts warning Homer that, too much could be a good thing. And he's like, Dad, you think you're happy now, but it's not going to last forever. Everything lasts forever. And,
I like the fact. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and so Lisa basically tells Homer, beware the Ides of March, which is a reference to Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar.
And for anybody that doesn't know this fact, the Ides of March is March 15th.
Yes.
And I don't know why. Why does that date seem so familiar?
Dude, I love the fact that I was born on the Ides of March.
So, I love telling people that the three of the four of us in our family have weird dates because you were born on the Ides of March. Yep. I was born on Friday the 13th, and our mother is a leap year baby.
Yeah, that's pretty random.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our dad doesn't have a cool date. I mean, I'm sure stuff happened on his birthday, but nothing that people care about.
Exactly. But no, I like the fact that Lisa pulled that out of her repertoire. That's awesome.
It is funny when I tell people March 15th is the Ides of March, they're like, huh? What? And culture, like, you guys don't know what the Ides of March is? No. Read a freaking book.
Isn't it on a calendar? I think it used to be on a calendar.
It used to be on a calendar,
I don't think
too,
it is
yeah.
anymore.
No.
And so Lisa tells Homer to...
Lisa keeps talking to Homer and tells him that if he keeps getting what he wants, he'll be left unfulfilled. So he asks her to be removed. And Lisa's like, Dad, we're not at the Stonecutters. There's nobody here. And then Bart walks up and drags her off.
Yep. And so now we see Homer going bowling. And we see that his ball says the chosen one.
Yep.
Because Marge basically still has the Homer ball.
Probably.
And,
well, they probably they probably made this ball for him because he is the chosen one.
And now he's bowling on lane 13.
Which, if anybody doesn't know superstition about the number 13.
It's evil.
No, it's not. It's a great number.
It's evil.
It's a great number.
Pure evil. So I like how Homer bowls, doesn't get a strike. One pin is left up and Wiggum shoots it. And it's like, another strike for the chosen one. And Homer's like, woohoo! And so now they're playing pool. He hits all the balls and we see them all just go into the same hole. And it's because someone put a jack, I think it was Mo, put a jack up on the corner so all the balls would roll. He's like, great break, Homer. Great. Oh, that was awesome.
So how did I want to know how he managed to do that, because if it was slanted already, the balls would have rolled.
All right. They wouldn't have been able to break it.
No.
Unless he broke and then they started to jack up the corner of the table.
That's the only way you could do it.
Yep. And so now he's playing poker. And Homer's like, I got nothing. It's like, Mo's like, but wait. You have the royal sampler. It's like, you guys aren't just letting me win, are you? No. Be honest with me. Yeah, Homer doesn't like the fact that now that, everyone is, and, Homer goes to Lisa's school and Principal Shear's like, the Exalted One wants to see you. And he bows at Homer as he's walking out of the room.
I love how he kicks all the kids and Mrs. Hoover out of the class.
Yep. Miss Hoover's not in the Stonecutters. I mean, why would she, But
wouldn't Skinner pull Lisa out of class? Wouldn't that make more sense?
Yeah.
Instead of interrupting the learning?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And so I like how Homer's like, I'm feeling more isolated, aided. And Lisa's like, well, maybe you could reach out to the community and help other people. I could help others. I'll get a bunch of monkeys, dress them up, and make them reenact the Civil War. Dad, that doesn't help people. Couldn't hurt. Unless the monkeys start hurting people, which they almost certainly would. Yep. And so Homer goes to talk to his fellow brothers. It's like, brothers, I've learned a wonderful lesson. Helping others makes our lives better and makes us better people. So instead of just shooting pool and drinking beer, let us Stonecutters use what we have to help the less fortunate. Moe's like, he's gone mad with power. Like that Albert Schweitzer guy.
I don't know. Another name I should have looked up.
I wonder if he's a writer on The Simpsons.
Well, you continue, and I will.
Okay. I'll keep going. You look that up. And so the Stonecutters start the Stonecutter Daycare Center, and in parentheses license pending.
I got it. So Albert Schweitzer was a Alsatian German polymath. He was a theologian, organist, musicologist, writer, humanitarian, philosopher, and physician.
Okay.
He kind of looks like Sam Elliott.
Oh, wow.
He's got
Sam
the mustache.
Elliott. Maybe he changed his name and came to America and had a cowboy accent.
No, because Albert Schweitzer was born in 1875 and passed away in 1965.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, anyway, so now they're at the daycare center, which is the grand opening.
Yep.
And Homer's on a seesaw with a bunch of kids. That's great.
Yeah.
And then Mo wants to go down the slide with the kids. The kid's like, wee! And you hear Mo clunk, clunk, clunk. Get the jaws of life.
And this is where we see Barney kind of walk in the foreground with a bunch of kids just hanging off of him.
Yep. And so I love this part. Burns tries to push a kid, and the kid's like, higher! I'll show you higher. And he like actually, Burns must have used all of his strength to push the kid.
Yeah.
And then Burns goes down on his knees, and the kid goes back and whacks him in the face
A few times.
Yeah, that was great. And so now we see the Stonecutters painting a building, a beautiful sky blue. It's just like, oh, this beautiful sky blue. And you see a helicopter crash right into the building.
I love the graffiti just said graffiti.
Yep. Yeah, that was great. And Homer says, with the Stonecutters helping out in the world is becoming a better place. And and we cut to Moe saying, we've got to kill him. And number one says, let's hear from the World Council. Let's kill Homer. Bush agrees. And
Bush disagrees.
Oh, that's right. Bush disagrees. And as they do, they cut to something to do with his voice box.
No. So okay, first off, the Stonecutter World Council members include George Bush, Jack Nicholson, Orville Redenbacher, and Mr.
Yes.
T. So all the three of the four disagree, and Bush is like, well, can't we just do something about his voice box?
Oh, right. Yes.
And it's funny because eventually Bush becomes neighbors with Homer.
Yep.
So that's kind of fun. I forgot about that. And so number one points out that as long as they are Stonecutters, Homer controls them. And Moe's like, well, maybe we don't want to be Stonecutters anymore. And the very next scene, we see a Baskin-Robbins sign getting lifted off a storefront, and a new sign that replaces it says abandoned store.
Nice.
And so we go inside the Baskin-Robbins and we see all the ice cream, and the Stonecutters have rebranded themselves to the No Homers Club. I love how Homer's outside the Baskin-Robbins saying, can I join? They don't let him, and the other Homer like sticks his head out the window again, like as a kid. That was great. And
so they let in the other Homer.
Yes, because it's the No Homers Club.
Yep.
So now Marge and the kids go to the old Stonecutters headquarters, where they find Homer presiding over a group of monkeys dressed in Civil War uniforms.
Yep.
Oh God! And Marge goes to Homer, and she's like, "Homer, you can't just keep hanging out with these Globus monkeys. Somebody's gonna get parasites." "Oh, Marge, kids, I miss my club." "Oh, homie, you are a member of a very exclusive club, the Black Panthers."
Oh my God. Oh my.
Oh, Homer, no, Homer. Marge's like, "No, the Family Simpson, which has just 5 members, and only 2 of those members have special rings." And Lisa and Bart blow into whistle rings.
Yeah.
Do you remember when those were a thing?
Yeah, they have like the spiral colors on it.
Yeah. And Marge's like, "No, I meant our wedding rings."
Yeah.
And Homer's like, "Marge, you're right. The Simpsons family is the best club he can belong to." And so now we cut to the Simpson house, where Bart is paddling Homer on the ass.
Yep.
And Homer's like, "This club better be worth it." Okay. And Marge like stops Bart, and it's like, "All right, now let Lisa have a turn."
Now, would they
that's
be
the
like? I
episode.
thought they said he was already in the club. Marge's like, you're already part of an exclusive club.
I mean, maybe she wanted to teach Homer a lesson. I don't know.
They gotta reinitiate him to the club.
Yeah, even though it was weird. I mean, I was part of the Boy Scouts. I don't know if you consider like fantasy sports league clubs, but I do a couple of those.
I mean, I was in a fraternity, so I was in a club you had to get initiated in, and
I've never been in a club where you have to get initiated. I mean, I've done like extracurriculars at like college and high school, but yeah, you did the whole club thing. Full bore.
I did a fraternity, man.
Yeah, is that thing still going?
Oh yeah. Why wouldn't
Are you number one?
I am not number one, no. But I was on our council.
Did you found it, or was it a group of you that like created it?
It was founded a year before I joined.
Okay. Gotcha. So
to be fair, our chapter. AE Pi has been around since the early 1900s.
Gotcha.
But our chapter in Minnesota at the University of Minnesota was like a year before me. That's it became a chapter.
All right, what do you got to say about this episode?
Number 5, Everything's Coming Up Millhouse. I mean, this is one of my hands down favorite episodes of The Simpsons. I mean, the Stonecutter song alone is amazing. I love that Homer just isn't allowed to join, and when he does, he just makes a debacle out of it. Yep. And then obviously he takes the next step farther, has the tattoo, and becomes their exalted leader. I mean, just front to back, this episode is fantastic. I love the opening scene too. Like, it's just another day at the Simpson house, flood in the basement. Which
could have easily been solved, by the way. This episode doesn't happen if Homer knows how to fix a home.
Yes. So, I mean, it just started off on such a, like last episode with the fear of flying, it was this whole thing at the bar. I mean, even last episode starting at the bar was just, let's start 0. Let's just introduce in the middle of the day. There was no grand entrance to this episode, which was awesome. It was fantastic. And it just led right into the Stonecutter stuff. And I love Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart as number 1 was fucking awesome.
Oh my God, that's great.
But for me, 5, Everything's Coming Up Millhouse. This is a fantastic episode.
Absolutely 5, Everything Coming Up Millhouse. Everything you said, the song, the premise, the plot. Yeah, there's a little nitpicky stuff, things that probably could have been done slightly better, but the jokes landed. I mean, I love the running shut up gag with Lenny and Carl. That is fantastic.
Yes.
I remember when I first saw this episode and Lenny talked about the egg thing, and that scene just seemed so weird to me, and it still does, but in a good way, because this is so out of the ordinary. And they're talking about eggs, but it's great, and it's so good. I want an episode though of Homer and Civil War monkeys. Can we get that?
Were they the same monkeys that were did Homer get the monkeys from Burns? Because they are the monkeys that were typing up. It was the worst, best of times. It was the blurst of times.
I think they were the same type of monkeys.
Yeah.
So
he got them from Burns. He's like, Burns, maybe your monkeys are dumb. Can I have them for Civil War reenactment?
Burns like, sure.
He
probably got the monkeys before they kicked him out of the club.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Fantastic. I love it. I've said in the past, usually anytime an episode has a song end up on the Simpsons album.
Well, all the songs are on any Simpson album.
Not all of them. Not all of them are.
I bet they all are.
I mean, maybe now, but like the original stuff, not all of them were at the time. But this one obviously was because it's fantastic.
Yep. So all right, let's finish it off with our character profile. We got number 1.
Woo, number 1.
I kind of want to know what his real name is.
You don't get to know.
Just out of curiosity.
Patrick Stewart. You don't get to know his real name.
Okay. His position, head of the Stonecutters. His obsession, butt paddling.
Is that like Jasper?
Yeah, Jasper was Jasper was in the club. Maybe you got him involved in the paddling.
Well, maybe because the substitute, that's where the paddling thing came from. So maybe that's where Jasper got it, because he's a stonecutter.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Vocal style, commanding, dramatic, and Shakespearean.
Well, of course, it's Sir Patrick Stewart.
It is. Favorite celebration, getting drunk and playing ping pong.
That's a good say. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Takes his position very seriously. Because if he didn't, he could have just kicked Homer out or banned him or something. But he has the tattoo. He has the mark.
Yep.
He's it.
Yep.
Consistently in search of the chosen one. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
The search is over.
That's because the Stonecutters no longer exist.
In Springfield, maybe.
Yeah. Well, in Springfield, yeah. But now they're the No Homers Club.
Yep, exactly. They changed their name. Yep. Now that's the only club in existence. That I don't think they're going to open up other chapters across the world.
Nope.
All right, so you guys can find us on the Instagram, The Simpsons Did It Pod. You can find our podcast on every podcast listening platform you can find. And if you don't want to listen onto those podcast platforms anymore, head over to YouTube and listen to our older episodes. Unfortunately, we're not caught up to our newer episodes, so you might be a little bit behind. So listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and all the other ones. But if you do listen on Apple Podcasts, please give us a review and rating. That'd be very helpful for us. Next, you can email us, thesimpsonsdiditpod@gmail.com, and voice your opinions and concerns and whatnot. You can call us 612-584-0986 if you'd like to leave a voicemail. And as always, our wonderful guest Jaden LeBron did a voicemail message for us, and we got to have that boy back on. I think we got to email him. We got to pick an episode. We got to get him back on for another episode. But he left us an amazing voicemail, and you should all listen to it. So until next time, I'm Steven Skolansky.
And I'm Robert Skolansky.
And this has been The Simpsons Did It.
Shh.